let's talk.
To be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls.
A vessel for souls.
Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels.
Cool.
Ashen One,
Yeah. Alright, so basically she's where we're going to level up at. Which, this is actually the first time where Dark Souls 1 was the one that broke from the mold. So in Demon Souls, which was the project that From Software worked on before Dark Souls, but very similar to Dark Souls, which that's a whole another story to get into as to why it changed and everything, but for Demon Souls, you had a person that you leveled up at, a woman. And then Dark Souls 1, you could level up at any bonfire. Dark Souls 2, you had to level up at the Emerald Herald, who was in that little area to start off with, which you've seen. And now we have this lady, which, what's her name? Yeah.
The mark of ash will guide to Lothric, where the homes of the lords converge.
So to Lothric. Her name's just Firekeeper. Interesting. I think she had a name, but I forget it already, unfortunately, because I'm bad. But yeah, so she said put the coiled sword into the bonfire. So the reason that this wasn't lit was because the coiled sword we took out of Udex Gundyr actually belonged in here. Now we have the bonfire lit. This is the Firelink Shrine. This is the Firelink bonfire.
Ashen produce the coil.
I did.
The mark of ash will
I did that. Okay.
Very well.
Actually, let's not do that yet. Let's keep going around. So we go in here, to the right, you have this woman in red, which, if she does look familiar, she's very similar to the design of the people. Let's actually listen to this.
Handmade of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch soul, as is thy wont. No?
So she is shrine handmade, but she looks very similar to the women at the beginning of Dark Souls 2, in the little, I forget the name of the area, but, the very beginning, all the women dressed in red who are also Firekeepers. She might not be related to them, but you'll see why it might be very possible eventually. So let's talk to her.
If my wares are not to thy satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With
What is
ash,
that?
I'll fashion new wares.
Okay.
Is it not our sorry fate to sup on death?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Knowest thou
That's a
of that
weird way to
soppy
phrase it.
gossip?
That soppy gossip. Soppy
Poor
gossip.
intrusion layeth the
Ew.
path to embers.
Why do you have to phrase
And so
everything
thou art
like
in
this?
need of a soapstone, Ashen One.
I guess.
Then thy pockets will overflow with souls to trade to me.
Apparently we need a soapstone.
Ashen One, bring
Yeah.
with
Alright. So what does she got? What does she got for us? See, she sells embers, 3 to be specific. Repair powder, purple moss clump, which is for poison buildup to get rid of that shit, and cure poison. Thankfully, there's only one type of poison in this Dark Souls. In Dark Souls 1, and I think maybe 2, there were 2 types of poison. There was slow poison and fast poison, and there was like something that could cure fast poison and slow poison, or something that just cures slow poison, and the fast poison one was pretty hard to get. So, but yeah, we have fire bombs, we have prison stones, which is prism, I might have said prison, whatever. Prism stones, which is very similar to, actually, in Dark Souls 1, it was just a little, like, and Dark Souls 2 even, there were like these little spotted rocks that you throw down, and they just kind of give a little, like, light, you know? In Bloodborne, I think they were shiny coins or something like that. But all the games have it, and it doesn't really do much in very many places, except for maybe there's one place in Dark Souls 1, the Duke Archives, where there were the invisible bridge stuff. So, yeah, she also sells Homeward Bones and White Soapstone, so this is what you put down if you want to co-op and whatnot. Dried Finger, which, I forget what that does. It's online play, yeah. So, Dried Finger with multiple knuckles, used to strengthen connection to other worlds, allowing the summoning of a third phantom, but also a second dark spirit. So you can be invaded by 2 people, but you can also get 3 people to help you, instead of just, I don't know, 2. Also makes the summoning of a dark spirit occur earlier, used with caution. So I think that resets. It does a thing in Dark Souls 1 is very similar, where it reset your invasion counter. So after you get invaded once, it takes a while for it to say, okay, now you can be invaded again, because we don't want you to be invaded 24/7, you know?
Yeah.
So this resets that, so you can get invaded more and more. But it's only a one-time use item, I believe. Maybe not, I don't know. Tower Key to the decrepit tower behind Firelink Shrine, which we'll get to, which leads to the Bell Tower. The Bell Tower is the grave of Firekeeper's past. When a Firekeeper has served her purpose, she is led to true darkness, where she enjoys a long-deserved sleep. That does not sound good, but it's worth 20,000 souls is how many we need to get that, so we'll see in a bit. So we have Soul Arrow, elementary sorcery, fires a soul arrow. 2 sorceries, equip a staff, and attune a sorcery at a bonfire. Also we have Farron Dart, variation of Soul Arrow developed by sorcerers of the Undead Legion of Farron. Fire a Soul Dart, well known among the Farron sorceries. It is learned far and wide due to its ease of use. Ease of use. That's kind of hard to say. Ease of use. That's it. Not ease of use. Ease of use. Ease. But yeah, so Farron is a new land or group, I guess, a Legion of Farron. I don't know. It's popping up more and more as I've seen some things from other people, but we'll get into it eventually when we come to it. She provides a miracle, heal aid, miracle imparted as charity to those of little faith, to show of tolerance from the Way of White. Way of White being a very old covenant from Dark Souls 1. Slightly restores HP, to use miracles, equip a talisman, blah 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 blah. We got a dagger, we got short sword, scimitar.
Fucking did it again.
I know I did. That was on purpose. Halberd. Halberd's been one of my favorite weapons. It's also easy mode, so whatever. But I can't use it right now because I don't have the dexterity. I don't have the strength to use it. Oh, well, okay. Sorcerer's Staff. Talisman, which you can look at the design on that. It's pretty interesting. Benheim Dragon School, talking about all that shit, and it's talking about gods, Way of the White. You got a torch, a simple makeshift torch made from an oily rag wrapped around the end of a stick. Torches such as these are the easiest way to illuminate one's surroundings, but their use comes at the cost of occupying a hand that would otherwise be free. Can be used as a rudimentary weapon to inflict fire damage. It possesses no skill, being an ordinary basic tool. So actually we're going to pick up that real quick. So... wait, did we get it? Thought we got that. Whatever. Leather shield, an orthodox shield, orthodox round small shield, covered with leather. Small shields offer little damage absorption or stability, but they are lightweight and make ideal instruments for parrying. So yeah, that's that. She sells a lot of shields actually, which is weird. I wonder what their purpose is. So that has decent protection from stuff. Let's just look at this. Standard round wood shield. It is daubed with... Daubed? Is that how you say that? Daubed?
Sure.
Sure. With a red paint that symbolizes the blood of warriors. Wooden shields are light, manageable, and offer relatively high magic absorption, which is great. Standard round wooden shield. It bears a double-bladed axe, the mark of a warrior. Wooden shields are light, manageable, and offer relatively high magic absorption. Skill, weapon skill. Equipping this shield in the left hand allows one to perform the skill of the right hand weapon. So that's pretty interesting. So with the shield we currently have, we parry with it, right? But this one actually allows you to use whatever skill you have for the weapon in your right hand. So we would be able to use that weird like the stance thing that we have with our sword. So we'll get into that. Large leather shield, orthodox round shield covered with leather, medium shield, blah blah blah. Chain helm. So this is something that's usually available from the start for anyone, but it looks really, really goofy. At least in the first one it did. Chainmail helm of thin interlinking rings of steel, properly due to its ease, blah blah blah. Nothing too lore heavy in this. Wow, that just has absolutely nothing to say. It's like, yeah, it's just some fucking gloves. Just deal with it. Nothing like knights may favor imposing armor, but for warriors on the battlefield, that which keeps them alive is armor enough. And it's just like, nah, this is gloves. This is gloves, man. Get over it. But yeah, so I think that's all the items she had. Yeah. So, we're gonna come back to her, do some shit. You can also sell items, which is great.
Bring more souls.
I will. And I'm so fucking excited. Friend ahead. Ah! It's Andre from the first one.
Holy crap.
I know he's back. And everyone's like, "Why? Why are you back? How are you
old is this
alive?"
one?
Because this game is clearly after Dark Souls 2, which was thousands of years after the first one.
Well, a newcomer, I see.
Yes, hello.
I'm Andre. I serve as a prime
I'm so happy.
smith, forging weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust.
Yes, indeed, my
Toilsome
good friend.
journey, I wager. You require good arms.
Oh man, I got some good arms, if you know what I'm saying.
I am a smith,
Mwah.
such is my purpose.
You can't see it. Oh, but I'm giving him
He's-
the dirtiest glare right now.
I am, like, he is death glaring
Just
me.
thought you'd like to know it.
I am dying because of how he's staring at me right now. But anyways, we got our blacksmith Andre from Astora. He's back in action, giving us the good arms. Man, look at those arms, Jesus Christ. Anyways, so he can reinforce weapons, infuse weapons, all that good shit. What would we need for this? Additional items required. What is required? Oh, you need 2 Titanite shards. I see. You can reinforce all that shit as well. Cool. And then you can infuse weapons, and you can either make them refined, raw, or fire. At least at him. I'm sure there's gonna be other blacksmiths who can do that kind of stuff. Not sure exactly what all that does. I know fire, obviously they're fire. You get fire damage for it. Raw gem. So raw gem, like, basically cuts out any form of stat bonus, because like all weapons have stat bonus, which is basically like the damage scales with how much you have of these attributes, right? Which is usually skill and strength, or dexterity and strength rather. But raw gem like increases the base damage, but gets rid of the like scaling. So it's good for people who don't put points into those. Then refined gem does the opposite, where it's like it cuts down the base damage, but it bumps up the actual scaling damage. So that's pretty cool. And that's all you can do at him for now, but we don't have anything. You could actually, here's the thing, you can start off with the fire gem, right? At the beginning of the game, it's a gift you can have. So you can make a weapon a fire weapon, like right at the start. So that's pretty interesting. So it's, yeah, there, you can repair equipment, obviously. We have nothing to repair though, because once you sit at a bonfire, everything's already repaired for you. A lot Estus. So this is an interesting thing. You can actually change how many of each type of Estus you have, depending on your playstyle and what you want to do. We're not going to be using our stance that much, so I think we're just going to do that. But yeah, so that's really cool. I'm really interested to see that. Reinforced Estus Flask. That's obviously Estus Shard. Let's talk to him.
Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large.
Mm-hmm.
But when overused, they'll eventually break.
Yep.
When their durability is low, repair becomes a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Use a powder, or simply rest at a bonfire. but should chance impel them bring them me. I'll hammer them back into shape. They take no pleasure in breaking, I assure ye. So handle them with care, if you would.
I will, Andre. Man, what a great guy. He cares for everyone, even weapons. Weapons are people too, everyone.
There are two ways to smith weapons. Simple reinforcement is one, and infusion the other. Reinforcement is straightforward. It strengthens a weapon without altering its property. Infusion is a more advanced form of smithing that infuses an element. Reinforcement requires titanite, and infusion requires gems. Bring the stones, and I'll do the smithing. It's my purpose after all. In battle, your weapons are your only friends. Forge them well, and they won't let you down.
Hurrah! My god, this is my favorite character. Like, he's just the best. He's just like, yeah, so here's all this really fucking useful information, son. Yeah, he just calls you son afterwards. That's the thing. And then he's a guy you would be like, oh, he called me my son. Thanks, Dad. Papa Andre, man, coming through. I think that's it.
Another matter.
Oh shit! More stuff! Look! He's got more stuff to say!
Requires a special kind of coal. My humble coals won't be any use infusing more unusual gems. I know, it's an awful shame, but it's all I have.
He's so humble.
Oh, please don't give me that look. No, I'm quite thin-skinned.
I'm not giving you a look, Andre. I just want to hug you.
Oh, by the by, if you find any Estus
By the by?
shards, bring them here.
God.
They can be used to reinforce either of your Estus flasks. Without those flasks, you want for life or focus. And they'll always stay with you. Why not treat them well? Weapons and protection.
All right.
Wink, wink.
Thanks, Andre. You're the best. Fucking hell. I love him to death. Andre Isbay, 2016. Alright. So we're gonna look through here some more. There's a few more places we can go and look at. I don't know if there's actually anyone else in here. I still hear that fucking dog. Good God.
Watch that be the final boss. The dog's
Just-
back.
Just a dog. He's back,
Like super powered.
and he wants vengeance. Is there anything else in here? I'm just looking around. We'll skip to when we find something interesting. Okay.
Find anything?
Yes, I did. Have a seat, sir. So,
Ooh.
this is from Dark Souls 2. This is a giant, the corpse of a giant that's turned into a tree. For all of you who don't know about Dark Souls 2, there's a lot of things involving giants and a big war. If you want to go look up the lore for that, you can go. I'm not going to sit down and give you the entire lecture about giants, but basically this is something that was in Dark Souls 2. They would send you back to memories of old, of the war and stuff. But there's one that you actually, I think, yeah, you examine. A seed of a giant tree is yet to fall. So, Seed of a Giant is an item you can get in Dark Souls 2, and basically what it does is it makes any, like, all the enemies in your world attack invaders instead of you. So, very interesting. It was used for a lot of stuff in Dark Souls 2 that was pretty cool with covenants and whatnot. But I have no idea how that would be useful here. I don't know how to get like trigger it to, to make it fall or anything, or I don't know. We'll see. So there's a key, it's a door that's locked. It needs a key, which is probably the key that one lady sells. And so we'll probably get that later. And now that I've I'm actually gonna sit at the bonfire. Oh, that is the wrong button. Whee! Oh, I took fall damage from that a little bit. Oh well. So we're gonna sit here. We're gonna go through and use all of our souls. Damn, 10,000. All right.
Ashen, produce the coiled
I
spell
did
to
already.
Lothric.
Oh my god.
Very well. Then touch the darkness within me.
Ooh.
Take nourishment.
At least let me take you to dinner first.
I mean, come on. Gotta get to know you. Okay, so she's chanting something. If you can hear that. But it doesn't give any captions. I'm sure someone's already written down what it says, but I'm a little creeped out, honestly. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, let's go through. Upgrade my strength and dex a little bit. Probably one endurance, or rather that was. I think that's good for now. Yeah. All right. This is a nice little sound right after we upgraded. All right.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Farewell.
May the flame.
May the flames guide thee as well. Alright, so we did all that. We're gonna come back around this way. We're gonna fight this guy. Look at all these bloodstains here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, people just got absolutely fucked. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's
Oh, that guy's reaction.
look at all this shit. Look at
Oh,
all this
Jesus.
from this one guy.
Like the one guy was just like, "Ah, don't fight me. I'm really
Yeah.
not in the mood for this."
Not-
Fuck, I
not
gotta
really in
fight
the
this
mood.
guy, don't I?
Yep.
Damn it.
Alright.
Alright,
I
let's
want to
get
see
this up.
what's up with this guy. So, oh, he has a katana?
Oh, is this guy? Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Oh.
Fuck! Oh god. Alright.
Oh yeah, snip on steel. Hold it 1,000 times.
Alright. I can pull that shit too. You ready? Oh my god, he parried me!
Oh!
Holy
wow.
Oh
And
my
it just
god!
keeps slashing for good measure.
Okay. Alright.
Player.
No, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
Are we?
Yes, we're gonna do this. I believe in us. I believe in a thing called love. But we're not in Kindle anymore, which kind of sucks. Not sure why that is like that. Maybe it has to load everything in. Interesting. Okay. Weird. Let's go this way. Yeah, I think it's just loading everything in. That's why. So this might take a few tries. So we're just gonna skip to the point where I do beat him, and obviously give you
They get up and then they fall over.
the painful deaths that I will have to this moment, because this is gonna be ridiculous. No! No! Fuck you! Oh god! We did it!
Holy crap.
Oh man.
Damn, I was looking forward to the death montage.
I know, me too, me too. It would have been fucking great, but alas. Oh my god, we got his sword.
Oh.
And his shit. Alright. Let's look at that. Uchigatana. I cannot wield that because you need more dexterity, but a unique katana characterized by the fine craftsmanship of an eastern land where it was forged. The finely sharpened blade cuts fresh like butter and causes bleeding, but breaks easily as a result. So it has very low durability, I assume. Yeah, looks like it. 35. Oof. So the skill is hold. Assume a holding stance to rapidly execute a lunging slash with normal attack or a deflecting parry with strong attack. So very interesting stuff there. Let's see. Here we go. Master's attire. A terribly worn shirt. So does that mean it's like it's worn down a lot, or they just don't wear it right? It's terribly worn.
How would you do that?
I don't know. Men are fond of weaving tales to explain the raggedness of their garb. My sixth sense warned me of danger, and I danced between flurries of blades, unscathed, but alas, my clothes went to tatters. So, he's so good at dodging, but just like at the last second kind of shit, so his clothes get all ripped up. What a bunch of bullshit. And Master's gloves, terribly worn manchettes?
Yeah.
Manchettes? I don't know.
Probably French, so.
We'll throw up a thing.
Manchettes.
Manchette.
Like
Manchette.
just like
Yeah.
plug your nose and say it.
Oh, yeah.
Probably right.
Men are fond of weaving tales to explain the right. Okay, so basically the same thing, except with gloves. But yeah, that's all he's got for us. Interesting. Let's go check and see what he was guarding, because he was standing in front of something. We'll see what it is. That guy does not respawn, by the way, for anyone who is watching. Thank God. But usually the people like that, who are like, they look like player characters and they have items that players can use, they don't respawn. Kind of like hunters in Bloodborne, etc. Does not open from this side, but clearly there's shit in there. Looks like there's a bunch of skeletons. I think we'll get to that part when we get that key from the old lady who's selling shit. And go back that way. Alright, so I think we've explored everything we can for now. I'm sure there's going to be more things to come, but I think now we can just go actually teleport to the first area. Let's go do that. Actually, can we... Yeah.
Very well, then taken.
Can I level up with the amount of souls I have? I can. Sweet beans. I'm gonna put one probably in vigor. There we go. Awesome.
Ashen one, to be
Yeah.
silent.
I gotcha.
Ashneader.
Yeah. Alright, so let's rest. And now, we have a storage box, obviously. These are where you tune spells. Burn Undead Bone Shard, which I'm not sure exactly what that does, but we'll see. Now we're going to go to the High Wall of Lothric. Let's see what happens there. Farron coal. Coal used for weapon infusion, long ago used to forge the great swords of the Undead Legion of Farron, and give to the blacksmith in the shrine to allow the use of gems for heavy, sharp, and poison infusion. Interesting. And the Zweihander is back. Zweihander. We'll get to that. Alright, so we teleport here. Very interesting. This is actually the area that people were teleported to in the first demo that came out, first gameplay demo. So here we see another coiled sword, which is interesting, and a bowl that also resembles a Lord Vessel, similar to the one we saw earlier in the intro area. So, very curious as to why this is an area that we can teleport to, even though it's not a bonfire. I'm sure we'll get some explanations there. But yeah, let's go out and see what's out there.